If the Miami Heat go on to lose this second round series to the Indiana Pacers, and let's face it, guys, it's a real possibility after they lost the home court advantage by virtue of last night's loss to Indiana. Do not point the finger of blame to LeBron James necessarily. Do not point the finger of blame at the coaching staff. No, I think you've got to point the finger of blame squarely at Pat Riley because he's the guy that put together this roster. Because let's go back 2 summers ago when it was the Big Three decision. Remember, when they brought LeBron and Chris Bosh to Miami and they put themselves into salary cap hell, it was generally assumed that veterans would be clamoring to join Miami because it would be their chance for a last hurrah to join the Big Three for a chance at a championship ring at the end of their career. Because all Miami would have to work with was nickels and dimes after giving away all the big millions toward their salary cap to the Big Three. There would only be nickels and dimes left. Consequently, Pat Riley was left getting journeymen, Mike Millers, Shane Battier's, guys that had nothing left. And you see what's happened. Now, without Chris Bosh, who of course has been criticized the past year and a half for his lack of contributions at time, you see what's happened without Bosh there to man the middle. No one's available to do the dirty work. No one's available to play the center position and play the middle and clog up the lane because the Heat still don't have the center. And you look at the roster Pat Riley has assembled because nobody's been flocking to Miami. No one's been just saying, hey, I'll go to South Beach because I want a chance to play with LeBron and D-Wade because I want to wear a chance to win a ring. Instead, look at what happened. If you look at last night's box score, Ronny Turiaf, a journeyman, if there is ever a journeyman, well, hey, you get what you paid for, or in this case, you get what you really didn't pay for. You got a guy last night that got 4 personal fouls, which is one more personal foul than he scored total points in last night's game in a whopping 12 and a half minutes. Total rebounds 2 in that game. Udonis Haslem, who I pointed out in yesterday's video report when giving you a free pick on the under in that game. Absolutely nothing in terms of shooting in this series, and it continued last night. 12 minutes, 4 points. Mike Miller, who I mentioned earlier, this guy at one point before back problems and numerous injuries was a deadly marksman from three-point range. Well, guys, that was a Mike Miller of 4 years ago. This guy is well past over the hill. The hill is about 4 miles back in the rearview mirror. This guy has nothing left. 17 minutes last night, 0 for 3 from the field. Shane Battier played 32 minutes last night. Did you see him do anything on the court? I certainly didn't. He had 4 personal fouls and 5 points. That was his total line score. Nothing there from him. Jones last night came off the bench. Every now and then, James Jones produces a really good game. The problem is, the key phrase, every now and then. And it's more then than now. Last night, 2 points. Joel Anthony last night, 35 minutes. Well, when you have a guy out there playing 35 minutes and he gives you 6 rebounds and 0 points, that's the problem. Hey, they spent a first-round pick on Norris Cole, the point guard out of Cleveland State. He had some good games early in the season. Last night, played 17 minutes, gave you 4 points. They're getting nothing. And it just magnifies the loss of Chris Bosh in the series. And listen, not only did I tell you last night the game would stay under, but, I think the Heat have a real big problem in here. And when you think about it, the Pacers didn't even play well last night. And they managed to pull off that win last night. Danny Granger, yes, he finally put some points on the board and he had that nice little run in the third quarter. He finished with 11 points, but Granger, 5 for 14 from the field. Still another miserable game. David West didn't even shoot well in the game, 5 for 13. Paul George, 4 for 11. You know, Roy Hibbert, 2 for 6 from the field. He had only 8 points. Just imagine if Hibbert and West and Granger actually put it all together and this team shoots a little better than 38% from the field. Just imagine in the next couple of games at home what the Pacers could do against Miami. LeBron's exhausted. You saw last night the guy had to play the entire fourth quarter again. He's being forced to play the power forward spot because they've got nobody else. If the Pacers put it together, the Heat could be looking at a 3-1 deficit by the time this series returns to South Beach, and it could all be over. And who would have guessed just 3 weeks ago that the Bulls would be home watching the playoffs on the series, and the Heat could possibly be finding themselves on the outside looking in, just like the Lakers as well. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Wednesday video report. Listen, I had 2 free picks last night, and I told you I thought the best free pick was Indiana and Miami under. That was easy. I told you I also thought maybe the second best free pick on the board was San Antonio and Oklahoma City to stay under. Well, that one did not. I'm sorry, San Antonio and the LA Clippers to stay under. That one did not come in, but hey, they were free picks. All I know is I also had my best bet last night on the Spurs, and that one pretty much played out as expected. I thought the Clippers would run out of steam. I thought that Blake Griffin's knee injury would come back to haunt him once he took a seat on the bench and had to get his first break in the game. That knee injury, and he even admitted himself he was only playing at about 80% last night. And, you know, doctors have said that if this was in the regular season, that Griffin would probably be sitting out about 2 weeks here. That once he took a seat on the bench, that it would limit his effectiveness once he came back in the game. You saw as the game wore on that he and Chris Paul both slowed down in the game, allowed the Spurs to pull out to the lead in the third quarter, and they eventually pulled away enough to secure the 16-point win, laying 11.5 points at home last night. So that was a winner. It was a great night for the various handicappers at the site last night. Let's recap them for you. Trayce Adams, normally a 1,000 star play, is his best bet. Well, last night he upped the ante. Double your wager winner, number 3 in a row. He scored last night with San Antonio. He is now a perfect 3-0 with those 2,000 star releases so far in the postseason. But more importantly, he is 10-3 with his NBA best bets so far in the postseason. 10-3 overall. And tonight he has another up the ante release here. Again, normally a 1,000 star play is his top rated release. Tonight, his 1,500 star raise the bar winner, number 5 out of 7 on game 3 of the Boston-Philadelphia series, and he's undefeated in the series so far. Had a 1,500 star winner on game number 1 in Philadelphia, a 1,000 star winner on game number 2. He has another 1,500 star winner, number 5 out of 7 on game number 3 tonight. Now he's taking the underdog in the first 2 games, and he's had Philadelphia in both contests. Of course, tonight, Philadelphia at home, Boston is the underdog. Does it get on Boston's bandwagon and take a dog the 3rd straight game? That's what Trayce Adams has going this evening. Scott Delaney, talked about him yesterday. Talked about him about 2 things yesterday. One, he's the 2nd biggest pain in the ass handicapper here at the site. I can only tell you the truth, guys. But cashed in with 75 dime winner, number 3 in a row. His 2nd of the postseason. Spurs by 16 over the Clippers. Tonight, 50 dime basketball winner, number 3 out of 4. Lakers and Oklahoma City going here this evening. FYI, you might want to check out Scott's complimentary plays. I mentioned it yesterday. He has now won 8 of his last 10. As last night, he gave you the Pacers outright over Miami. Again, 50 dime winner, number 3 out of 4. Lakers and Oklahoma City going tonight for Scott Delaney. Chuck O'Brien, biggest basketball play ever. First ever 100 dime NBA release going here this evening. He's 8-4 lifetime with 75 dime basketball releases. That's college and pro combined. This one, obviously, stronger. Dom Chambers, looking for winning day number 9 out of 14. A $10 player has won $2,450 in the past 13 days. Last night, hit a 70 dime play on the Spurs. Tonight, little bigger play. 80 dime release on the Celtics and the 76ers. Just as big as his 80 dime winner on the Lakers over the Nuggets on Saturday. That's what Dom Chambers has going this evening. And finally, Craig Davis, nice little roll here. 2 nights ago, 50 dime winner had one of the few handicappers, in fact, to have Oklahoma City in game number 1 against the Lakers. And, of course, Oklahoma City won that game by 129 points. Last night, 40-dime winner on the Pacers outright over Miami. Tonight, winning day number 3 in a row, 30-dime play on the Lakers and Thunder contest. Listen, today is May 16th, so why not? $16 off a single purchase today, guys. Appropriately enough, your coupon code, May16, MAY16. Put it all together, May 16, MAY16. We'll save you $16 off a single purchase today, May 16. For your free pick tonight, guys, I am going to go with Oklahoma City. Let me call this your suspension of disbelief free pick. Everybody thinks the Lakers have to win tonight. Everybody thinks the Lakers have to play better than they did in game number 1. Everybody says Kobe and company can't possibly get blown out as they did in the series opener. And I say to you, really? Why? That's a suspension of disbelief. Oklahoma City is clearly the better team in this matchup. Oklahoma City showed that an 8-day layoff certainly didn't give them any rust in the opener, and Oklahoma City showed that this is clearly the superior athletic team. I just don't see how the Lakers can compete here in this contest. Listen, first 2 games in the regular season, Oklahoma City annihilated them. The only game that the Lakers played well was the game in which I pointed out in my free video report prior to the opener in this series, was the game in which World Meta Peace KO'd James Harden in the second quarter of that late season meeting at the Staples Center in the final week of the regular season. And that really sucked the life out of the Thunder. Well, they sucked the life of the Lakers in the opener a couple of nights ago. When you look at the matchups here, the Lakers have no one to contain Russell Westbrook. And pick your poison. The Lakers cannot run and keep up with the up-tempo style of the Thunder. Do you want to stop Westbrook? Okay, put Kobe on him. Who's going to stop Kevin Durant? Okay? And then you say, okay, well, the Lakers have their bigs with Bynum and Gasol. Well, Bynum had a very strong game in the opener. Gasol did not. But listen, even though Perkins probably is not going to play tonight, that means they're going to go ahead and probably shift Ibaka over to the center spot a lot more. But that's not exactly a bad thing because that makes the Thunder a little smaller but a lot more athletic. And that's the thing. They're going to run. They're going to get out on the break. And the Lakers are not going to be able to match them athletically, not going to be able to match them depth-wise either. Because when the Thunder go small and they bring James Harden in, again, what are the Lakers going to be able to do? You saw how the Nuggets looked to run the Lakers into the floor, and they were so successful at doing it. When you push the pace against the Lakers, this is not the Lakers of the Showtime era. This is not the Lakers of the Magic Johnson era. This is the Lakers that cannot run the floor. They've got to slow down the transition game. They've got to play a half-court style of game. They can't do it. Oklahoma City's not going to let them. You're looking at an 8-point number, 8.5 in some places. The odds makers are obviously trying to lure you into taking Los Angeles. Again, it's suspension of disbelief. Yes, the Lakers have to make a last stand here tonight. I just don't see it happening. I think Oklahoma City, there's no love lost here. I think the Thunder put their foot on the gas pedal, they accelerate, and I think they take off and they hammer them. And again, I think that they want to hurt the Lakers every way possible. So I would say go ahead and take Oklahoma City in this one and look for another double-digit blowout here. I think the matchups favor Oklahoma City, so that's the way I would play this game. Oklahoma City would be the free pick today. Good luck, guys, and I'll catch you again on Thursday with your next video report.